Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the buzzworthy Bumblebee. This is the redeco, or the completely different deco to what you've seen originally of the heroic maximal Dinobot figure. So in this video we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him in both modes. We're also going to do some size comparisons and some display ideas with some other figures in the same toy lines, and indeed see how he differs from the other uses of the mold as well. So as I start to pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, I'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. And also to thank In Demand stores in the UK, because this is on clearance, and that is the reason for me going for him, because everybody who watches me knows I'm pretty much unfortunately a completionist, and I love to have loads of different variants. But when this first come out, and to be fair, in some stores still, if anybody's seen me do the toy hunts, it's still really expensive because it is a Voyager class figure, but it's less than half price at the moment in demand, and that is the reason why I got it. Right, let's start off with looking at the alternate mode. He does come packaged in the robot mode, but just for the speeding up of this video, we're going to look in the alternate mode first. So I've transformed him. Just to remind you, there's a tutorial up there as well, so that'll hopefully help you guys out. And what we've got here is his two accessories, which combine together to form the tail. So this will then fit into their slot like so. Bring that over, and of course this is going to fit here. Now I have to confess, when I first started buying, I suppose, the Maximals and the dinosaur figures and any of the Beast Wars figures in the Kingdom toy lineup, I just wasn't really taken aback by them, or I didn't really enjoy them, and this was probably one of the main reasons, purely because I didn't like this. But you know, I suppose you've got to appreciate how difficult it is to get a raptor, you know, into a robot. So it's not too bad. Perhaps I was being overly harsh at first, because in the alternate mode it's incredibly articulate. Look, you've got neck articulation, you've got jaw articulation, you've got what would be the shoulders in the small arms, you've got what would be the elbows and the wrists, you've then got knees, ankles, heels, and front of the toes in what of course would be the hind legs, I think they're referred to as properly. And can we spin this around? No, you can't really, but there's still more than enough articulation in this particular figure. It's impressive, to be honest. And even though this particular deco got panned on social media, you know, they were comparing it to, you know, chickens that you'd see on the shelves in supermarkets, etc. I think it looks good, and I think, as I say, funnily enough, it scales, even though raptors of course are supposed to be small, really well with some of the other figures that have come out recently. So it is a big Voyager class figure. As I say, this is, I suppose, classed as a Voyager class figure, and it's easily as big as that. This is obviously a deluxe. It's a nice long and thin figure, but it's still way bigger. To give you an idea, funny enough, this is a Masterpiece Trailbreaker, and although there's more going on inside there, this is still a bigger, longer, higher, taller, whatever word you want to use, figure. So it's not too bad. As I say, I'm beginning to come around to these a lot more, but I am going to be displaying this guy in his robot mode, and that's what we're going to come back to and have a look at him in there right now. So here he is then in his robot mode, and before we look at his accessories and how to use them, let's have a quick look at his articulations. So lovely detailed head sculpt there. It's funny, it sticks out like a sore thumb because obviously everything's just pink, and then you've got the beautiful head sculpt there with the lovely eyes, and I suppose it is like a face mask. This will spin all the way around. It will also look up and down, which is great. The arms will come out and all the way. I mean, there's so much articulation in this because of course the alternate mode, you know, exactly that, it's got 4 legs. They're completely you can do the T easily, you can go up past the T, you've got the swivel underneath, you've got bicep flexion, you've got a wrist swivel. Now it's awkward to say you've got, I suppose you have really got hand articulation, but you haven't really got any fingers, so that could perhaps be looked at one negative. You've also got a unrestricted waist swivel. Even though there's all of that going on the inside there, you've still got a fully unrestricted waist swivel. The hips will take it all the way out to the side, they will kick all the way to the front. You can see that they're on huge like ball and socket swiveling hinges, whatever they are. There's loads on it. They'll twist to the side. You've got a big knee bend, you've got ankle tilts rather than, oh no, you'll have a rock as well. So fully articulate, really good as well, to be honest, for a Voyager class figure. Highly poseable. Now the two accessories that come with him you would have seen obviously in the other part of the video, where you would have joined, they would have been joined together via there like so, and that was of course his tail. Now if you wanted to, you could reattach it to the back and it could just be there. Looks a little strange. It looks really strange, but I'm not going to store it there. You could store it there if you wanted to. Right, that's just totally put me off. I'm going to open it up. You can do this as well, so you can use it as two. In fact, let's show you this first. You can use it as one weapon like so, which to be honest, that's funnily enough near enough how they've got it there. So you'd open the dinosaur claw right up and you can have this sticking out. There you go, that's pretty much one. Or as you can see and as you saw, this comes out separately, and you'd have to turn your hand this way around, and then via that square there you could slot it in. It's awkward because they've got like a hexagon, I think it's a hexagon that'll spin in there. You could grasp the claws around it, and you've got like a dual, I suppose, bit of attack. You can also close this up and it could be a bit of a lance as well. I'm just trying to think, is there any other modes that it says? There's the instructions. No, we've covered all of them, to be honest. That's exactly what it looks like and the ones we've seen. And again, just a quick reminder, the transformation process for this figure is separately uploaded. Funnily enough, if you've got any one of these particular molds, uses of the mold, shall we say, this will work for all of these. So I think, yeah, this guy was definitely afterwards. He was the original owner of the mold. So you can see we've got a vastly different head sculpt, vastly different. I'm not sure which works best, to be fair. I think I've got to be honest, let's be honest, it's the original, isn't it? The original looks stunning, loving that gold. But there's a couple of different ideas how you can hold the accessories. The reason why most of mine are pointing down or to the side is just again due to shelf space, but there is all three uses currently at the time of making this video, use of the mold. And again, just a few other figures. Now I know obviously you should go with Optimus Primal, but funnily enough, I love this use of the mold, and of course it's a buzzworthy exclusive, same as that. So that's Nemesis Primal, and there she is. There's Air Razor as well. So this gives you an idea of just how big he is, because Optimus Primal's obviously Voyager class sized as well, and this guy's huge compared to that. Right, with regards to some other figures, so that's some main line ones. Just the only ones you haven't seen yet would be a core class. I suppose I could bring in a leader class as well, to be honest, just to give you an idea, because I can grab one like so. So yeah, definite Voyager class, really big, really nice looking Voyager class. With regards to other toy lines and companies, there we've got G1, so he's bit bigger than a G1 Prime, way bigger than a Minibot. But for those of you who collect your third-party figures, this should give you an idea of just how big he is. So New Age David, that's the translucent one from the Ark. That's Magic Square's Trailbreaker. Funnily enough, translucent Mirage from Iron Factory. And I've got a strange, they reckon it's a KO version of a Sandstorm from Mechanic Studios. So that gives you an idea of his scale and indeed his size. So there you go, guys. Not much more to say about this figure. As I said, it seems to be heavily reduced everywhere all around the world right now. So if you're a bit of a completionist like myself, then you're probably wanting to get him. Or if you like the Dinobot, as I say, the character and the figure, it looks good. And there you go. I haven't really got anything else to say about it. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Take care.